Hi friends, it's Mrs. McCarver and it's time for today's writing lesson. Last week we worked really hard on a small moment story that went across 3 pages of a booklet. So today what I want you to do is find that piece of writing that you worked really hard on. I have my book about going to the pool, and we are going to use a checklist to help us see if we remembered to do everything. So we're going to go line by line and check for the things that we should have done. Before I do that, before I show you how to do it with my piece, I want to read my piece of writing to you. Okay, so I want to quickly read what I wrote. We went to the pool and put towels on our chairs. There was the pool. There's our chairs with the towels we're putting out, and that's me and my daughter. I played ball in the water. There's me, there's the ball, and I labeled it with water. I jumped off the diving board into the water. There's the pool again. There's Mrs. McCarver jumping off the board into the water. So now that we all remember what our piece of writing looks like, let's go back and look at the checklist again. Okay, now that we have our piece of writing, we reread it, and I'm going to show you each part of this checklist, and we're going to decide if I did it or not. When you do this with your piece of writing, I would suggest you get your whiteboard and your marker, and every time you do one of these things, you're going to check it off, okay? If you didn't check off that idea, you have something to work on. So, the first one says, my story has a beginning, middle, and end. Oops. Well, is there a beginning? Yes. A middle? Yes. And an end? Yes. So did I do that? Check. I sure did. As you're going along, you could put one check for the first thing. Let's see what's next. I told, drew, and wrote my story across pages. Well, let's check again. My beginning is on the first page, my middle is on the second page, and my ending is on the third page. Did I do it? Check. I sure did. So on my board, I'm going to put another check. I did the first 2 things. Let's see what's next. My pictures have labels. Well, this page I did really good. I labeled the pool, the people, the chairs, and the towels. The ball and the water has a label. And I did the diving board and myself. So did I add labels to my pictures? You got it. Check. Now, the next one says, my words and sentences match my picture. My first page, my sentence is about putting our towels on the chair. Does that match the picture? Then it says I played ball in the water. Does that match the picture? Yep. And it says I jumped off the diving board. Does that match the picture? So what do I give myself? Here's another check. I got it. And the last one says, I can read my writing. Was I able to read the sentences on each page to you? I was. So I'm going to give myself another check. That tells me that this book is finished. But sometimes we might have a piece of writing and it might not be all the way done. Like this one is another one I was working on. Are there any words here? Do my pictures match my sentences? No, they don't. On this page, do I have any labels? No. So I wouldn't be able to give myself a check for the labels and the sentences. That tells me I need to go back and keep working on that booklet. So your job is to get out your piece of writing from last week and go through each one of these things. I'm going to post this checklist on the next screen, and you can check your writing too. Then I'll ask you to send me a video showing me how you did.